Card cap. Could it be something other than a balloon? No, it's a Waluigi balloon. Wow.
All right, and we're live. Welcome everybody to the Walkup. I'm gonna give it a minute or two, just because people will be trickling in. I want to do a few different things today. I want to add a couple of topics that Sam has just suggested. I want to talk a little bit about my ACR from last tour. I thought we'd do that first. Pull up the ACR sheet. We can do that while we're waiting for people to show up. So yeah, last tour I went for top 11. Yeah, no, like top 10 really, but it's gotten really competitive. You know, it's everybody's so good now, and I'm like better than I used to be, but not a lot better. Like my weakness, I think, is still kind of. Hey, what's up, King Brian? How you doing? Alexa, I see you there in the chat. Everyone else who just came in, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome to the walk up. I'm totally not streaming any gameplay today. I'm not grinding anything. I'm tired. My hands are tired. My phone is tired. Yeah, no, we're just doing the walk-up. We're just going to go over the buffs from the spring tour. I'm doing good. I'm happy the tour's over. It was yeah, I didn't pay attention to the, what's up, Couch? Thanks for coming. I didn't pay attention to the, like, what the competition was doing, but I know at least 4 people got a higher score than me in the end. I ended exactly on the estimate. Rashid's final estimation was 3.23 million, and my final score, you see right here, 3.23 million 853,000. So yeah, my goal was to get 100%. I fell just short. I had actually, it was not a good tour time-wise, because what's up, Bandit Guy? What's up, Peter X? Because I work in finance, and the whole and the whole world and markets decided to go crazy right when I was doing ACR, so I was really busy with work. So I kind of, my schedule for grinding was not really good. I think I only had about 12 or 14 tracks done in the first week, so I really had to rush in the second week. And there's some tracks where I definitely didn't get the score where I was looking for. Yeah, no, I know, 99.8%, whatever. It's most down to my ability to do battle tracks, but I mean, you can see here, like, this is my thing here. Let's see, did I add everything in the end? Twilight House. Yeah. You see, there's quite some tracks where I didn't hit 100% score, like, and I definitely could have if I had more time. You know, but it is what it is. This one's not correct, actually. I didn't add the last one. I actually got 4K over the target there. Yeah, no 100, no bueno, absolutely. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't. But the thing is, actually, I didn't care if I got. I mean, I got plenty of S scores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 2021, wait, is that 9, 12? Yeah, so 21 S scores, so almost half scores with 100% or better, and quite a few that are like very close as well. So I mean, it's fine. Like I said, 100% was my target. I got just close to that, and it's the best I've ever done. You know. Yeah, I hit exactly the cutoff, like, that was exact. So, but, I mean, who knows, we'll see. I don't actually care if I get the badge or not, you know? I don't care if I get the top 10. I'm 4 for 4 on top 10 attempts, and to be honest, I'm not as good as most of the people who go for it these days, you know? And I don't do ACR enough, and I don't practice enough. That's fine. Anyways, yeah, that was my, it was just super fun. I love the Yoshi Tour. It's my favorite tour of the whole loop mode. I love the tracks. I love the fact that all the Yoshi's Islands are in there twice. I love in general, the ACR selection. There's a couple of annoying ones like Baby Park and Donut Plains too, but for the rest, I think they're all like really good. So I just really enjoyed playing the tour, and like when you play ACR, you really play the tour fully. You don't just focus on the 6 ranked tracks, but you get all of it, and that's what I like the most about ACR. Anyways, so that was that. We'll see on tomorrow or Friday or whenever the badges come out where I ended up. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, the Walkup. We're in the spring tour now, and the spring tour is an all-city tour. We got all European cities. We've got Amsterdam, we've got Paris, London, Berlin, and Athens. And this is the new tour for Athens and Athens 2. We have, I think, 3 Athens tracks in ranked. We have Paris B battle track in ranked. We have Berlin Byways RT, and we have Amsterdam Drift 2, everyone's favorite city track in the game. Not really. Everybody hates that track. So let's get in. Let's go straight into the buffs. Sammy made a really good suggestion of what he wants to talk about, the buff potential. What is left actually in loop mode, and what can still get buff. What is done? Yeah. What about battle mode? Yeah. No, I know. Actually, talking about my ACR, I definitely left something like 1.5 to 2%. So something like 45, 55, 60,000 points, because I'm not good at battle mode. Like if I could score 200 well fought on all 4 battle tracks, I would have scored like at least 50k higher, and it wouldn't have even been in question. But I suck at battle, and I also hate it, so I don't practice it, So like, that's definitely my biggest weak spot in terms of ACR. Also, that my player level is only 244 out of 400, and I refuse to grind player level. So like those 2 things, that probably cost me another percent. It does cost me another percent. So those things altogether really hurts my ability to compete with the people who are, absolute beasts and min-maxing on ACR these days. So anyways, I was saying before, what Sammy just suggested in his stream, he wants to know about items buff potentials, especially items which are finished, items which are not going to get buffed anymore. So the simple rule of thumb for loop mode is that the tour that it came out, once you get back to that tour, it will not have any more buffs, because it's seen all of loop mode, unless the few tracks that aren't in loop mode somehow come back, like London Loop 3 RT, whatever, but that's not going to happen because we're in loop mode. No, the battle score, the potential for battle score is insane. Like I think, for example, if you're good with a maxed out setup and a Coinbox Misu or whatever, you can get like the high 90s, And I think for like the Twilight House, where it was Gold Me or Question Block Me or whatever was boosted, I scored 84k. I could have scored 15k more on that track, like if I had a good like 200 plus well fought, but it just wasn't happening for me, and I need to practice. I don't know, and I don't want to because I hate it. So yeah, for example, 99k, something like that. I've seen some people get close to 100k if you get like a really crazy like sequence. 200. It's hard, yeah, it's hard. But I mean, like if maybe I should have spent more time focusing on that than grinding out the last couple thousand on like a few different tracks. But whatever, it is what it is. Moving on. So we were talking about items which are, still have buff stuff to do. What's the buff potential? So Sammy wanted to know a ranked list of all the items which have the most buff potential. So that's really easy. That's just in the order that they came out. The items that came out the last have the most buff potential. So we can pick one item from the 4th anniversary tour. We can look at the buff potential, and that will have the same buff potential as all of the items that came on that track. So let's use Larry 98 Sheets. I highly recommend Larry 98 Sheets. I'll give you the link real quick in the chat. It's an awesome resource. If you don't know it, definitely use it. So this is like Toad Tourist, and you can see that he's got 0 tracks left to see. 3 city, those are the 3 city tracks which are not on loops. So yeah, so let's take, for example, Gold Mario. He came out in the last tour. Sorry, every page takes a little bit to load. And I know Sammy's not here right now because he said he had to run, but hopefully, like, this will be useful for him when he watches it back. So yeah, the tracks left to see: 62 retro, 16 nitro, and 31 cities. So put that all together, and it is 109 tracks that Gold Mario still has left to see. So that's the buff potential of, hey, Railfan Zachary, what's happening? That's the buff potential of Gold Mario, but there's also the buff potential of all the other items that came out in the Anniversary Tour last year. So Rainbow Bells, Royal Flush, the Monarch, the Gold Monarch, Blackbeard Azure Mark II, and the Koopa Clown Me racing suit. Oh yeah, and the Gold Mario's hat balloon. So, you know, going back to previous tours. Let's see, what was the tour before that? Loop Rain Tracker, Tour Selector. That was the Sunday tour, right? So in the Sunday tour, we had the melon and banana balloons, the chocolate mint soft swerve, so we can grab one of those and then have a quick look at those. Let's see, melon and banana balloons. 106 removing the 3 non-loop tracks. Very good point, very good point. Indeed. So the melon and banana balloons have 51 retro, 12 nitro, 31 city, but actually 28 city because there's 3 not in there. So for 91 tracks left to see for the Sunday tour items. The Sunday tour items are including the gold soft swerve, the gold penguin wingtip, the gold soft swerve, the wild wiggler, light blue me racing suit, gold wiggler, melon banana balloons, spooky sprinkle balloons, jolt gold chocolate balloons. Yeah, I saw. Congratulations on getting tier 80 finally and getting the gold me suit. So those are the buff potential for the Sunday tour items. And we'll go one back, and then if people want to ask about specific items, I'll do one tour back. That was the summer tour, the third to last tour. The Gold Mario Golf Cap, for example, Black Mario Black Suit, Purple Pit Crew Toad, Orange Me Racing Suit, the Blooper Me Racing Suit, which I just invested in, a couple of carts. There's actually a lot of items from this tour. So let's actually look at the Blooper Me Racing Suit. Just because now that I have that level 8 quad cap, I'm going to be quite interested in seeing how what sort of potential it has left. I know last tour I checked it had 125 tracks left to see. Error loading data. No. So, summer tour, 47 retro, 8 nitro, 21 city, but actually 18, so 26 and 47 is 73 tracks left to see for the summer tour items. That's still pretty nice considering it's not that far away from summer. So definitely some potential there. The summer tour items are, as I said before, Purple Pit Crew Toad, Mario Black Suit, Orange Me Racing Suit, Blooper Me Racing Suit, the Gold Wild Slugger, the Spicy Zucchini for carts, and Mario Golf Cap, Luigi Golf Cap, and Gold Mario Golf Cap for gliders. If there are other items that you want to hear about, please ask me and I can look them up for you. And the other thing we're talking about, which items are done. So for example, Poochie came out in the Yoshi tour. So as of last tour, he was done. He will see no more new tracks. He has no buff potential anymore. But actually, it was the tour before the Yoshi tour, the Ninja tour, where he was actually done, because he obviously can't get buffed on his debut tour. He's seen those tracks already. Can you do Pauline Cowgirl? Yeah, absolutely. Pauline Cowgirl. So the items in this tour, the new items in this tour, like Toad Tourist, were actually done last tour. And the items which are done this tour are the items which come out next, which came out in the next tour. Yeah, so the items which have just finished, are actually the items introduced in the Bowser tour, which is next. And the new items in the Bowser tour were the Mii racing suits, Iggy Mii, Larry Mii, Ludwig Mii, and Roy Mii racing suit, so there's Koopalings, the Black Jingle Bell, the Gold Sushi Racer, the Dry Bones Dasher, and for gliders we had the Gold Manta Glider and the oil paper glider. So I guess people are gonna want to know mostly about Larry Me racing suit. So as you see there, Pauline Cowgirl's got 21 ret shows in 13 cities, so 10 actually, so 31 tracks left to see. Dolphin Drifter, yeah, sure. Dolphin Drifter, that was a vacation tour item, is it? All right. Yeah, so I think the one that so these are the items that are now finished. So Larry Me Racing Suit has seen everything he will see. There will be no more buffs for the Larry Me Racing Suit. So actually, let's go have a look and see if he got anything this tour. Dolphin Drifter, 37 retro, 4 nitro, 21 city. There's actually 18 cities, so 59 tracks left to see in total. That's not too bad, considering it came out in the vacation tour. Yeah, so still some buff potential for the Dolphin Drifter there. And you want to see Gladiator? Finally, the Donkey Kong Gladiator. We haven't even got to the buffs yet. This is taking too long, isn't it? Sorry guys if I'm rambling. And these pages take a little bit of time to load. I can't wait to see... I'm not going to do it, but I can't wait to see ACR next tour. I think it's going to be insane. Donkey Kong Gladiator, 17 retros left to see. That's it. So he's close to done. He has 17 tracks left to see. Yeah. All right. Let's get into the buffs. Let's talk about first the drivers. So this is an interesting tour for... thanks, Sam. I'm glad. Let me know if you like how I'm doing this in terms of the format, if this is what you had in mind. So last tour we didn't have that many buffs. I think in total we had something in the 60s number of buffs, but like almost half of those were ranked tracks. So low quantity of buffs, high quality of buffs. This tour is just the opposite. We have 139 actual top shelf buffs, which is a lot for this stage in the loop mode where we're more than a half year through, and the majority of items have seen the majority of tracks. World record for Amsterdam Drift is going to get broken this tour. Yeah, maybe because of Boomerang. I mean, Boomerang has crazy potential. Yeah, I set a world record on Yoshi's Island N last tour, 248 actions, and it was a double boombox and a green shell, you know, and I didn't even know it was a world record or anything. It was just, I'm just getting like a really good run. Of course, I got it in the non-ranked version. I mean, not that it really mattered. I won ranked anyways, but I was kind of at the end, and it was still counting up the action at the end. I was like, holy, 240, but Boombox has such crazy action count potential. Yeah, world record is 224. Oh yeah, somebody will beat that. Double Boombox should beat that easily. It's just a question of grinding for it. So yeah, we're going to look at the drive. So 139 buffs in total on this tour, but not that many ranked buffs. If I look at the tracks which are in ranked this tour, there are only a total of 9 items which got ranked buffs in the current tour out of 139. That's crazy. There are 2 tracks which are in future ranked tours, Paris Promenade RT and Athens-2 RT. Yeah, thanks, Adali, appreciate it. Top 12, top 11. It's all good either way, I had fun. Really don't care if I get the badge or not. Paris Promenade and Athens-2 RT are back in tour number, I believe, 103 in the summer tour. Yeah, the summer tour. Which is another all-city tour with Madrid. Not an all-city tour. It had some cities and some non-cities. It's with Piranha Cove 3 and Moonview Highway and Madrid Drive. That was a mixed tour. But those are going to be back in ranked. Interesting one that didn't get any top shelf buffs. Berlin Byways R is in ranked in that tour, and it is the first track on the week 2 ranked cup. So it will have the Me boosts. Yeah, so what we're talking about is hopefully, I don't know what I'm gonna get because I didn't pay attention to the other competitors or whatever, but I ended exactly on Rashid's projected cutoff for top 10. So I mean, it's kind of like a coin flip at this moment. Yeah, I don't really know. We'll see. So Berlin Byways R is back in the summer tour, number 103. And then in the Vacation Tour, we had Paris Promenade RT in ranked in week 1 and Athens-2 RT in ranked in week 1 as well. Neither one of those is boosted. This is the second and third cups. So those are the future buffs, but there's only 5 of those. So in total, Paris Promenade RT, Athens-2 RT. We do have, here, where is it? Berlin Byways R. How do I, what did I do here? Oh, the color thing. Filter by color, none. And then clear Berlin Byways R. The Koopa Clown Mii racing suit got Berlin Byways R as a Mii shelf, but when that comes back around in ranked, it will be buffed and it will be top shelf for that ranked track in the Vacation Tour later on. Paris Promenade B buffs? No, none. That's funny, right? Absolutely no buffs on that battle track. I was pretty disappointed by that as well. Anyways, let's start getting into the actual buffs. 139 buffs in total, top shelf buffs. 54 of those are drivers, so more than a third for sure. So because we don't have a lot of ranked buffs, we're going to talk about, the items which got the most buffs and the most relevant items. I think we're going to start here with Wiggler Gold. Wiggler Gold still has a pretty decent amount of tracks to see, as we saw before. I think it was like 91 tracks left to see. Wiggler Gold got 4 buffs. Athens Dash, so it's probably the best value added of any driver this tour. Athens Dash N in ranked in week 1. Athens Dash R and T, and London Loop T. So only one ranked track, but again, the small number of ranked tracks that we have, this is really good news for Wiggler Gold. We've got the Wiggler Mii racing suit. I know this one's been pretty meta right now on Amsterdam Drift N and Amsterdam Drift 2T. Paris Battle was an anniversary. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It was. So that one, everything has seen Paris Battle, exactly. So Wiggler Mii racing suit with the 2 buffs, non-ranked there, but again, not many stuff got ranked. Gold Mario. Gold Mario got 4 buffs. He also got really good value added. Athens-2T in ranked in week 2, or week 1 rather, that third track there. Yeah. Gold Mario got Berlin Byways T, London Loop 2 RT, and Paris Promenade T. So excellent value added for Gold Mario. Again, in loop mode, I would say, I don't do rankings anymore. But if I would do rankings, I wouldn't discount cities anymore. We know exactly how often everything is coming back. Cities do come back more often than in previous cycles, so I don't think getting a city buff is worse. There are plenty of retros and nitros which you only see once a year, and then there are city checks which you see multiple times. So it's not like a city is worth anything less now. The Koopa Clown Mii racing suit, again with that very valuable mid-shelf buff which I mentioned before, and then 3 top shelf buffs next to it. None of them ranked, but it will have the future ranked track with Berlin Byways R as a mid-shelf boosted. Got Amsterdam Drift 2T, Berlin Byways T, London Loop RT. And finally, Larry Mii racing suit, his final buff, he is now done. Got Amsterdam Drift N. So that's maybe what Peter X was talking about. Maybe some people will go hard with the Larry Mii racing suit and Amsterdam Drift. It's huge scoring potential now. And yeah, easily, 224 is definitely breakable. So might be worth trying for that. How good is Gold Mario compared to plus skills? That is not a question I can really answer well. I think you can take a non-plus skill driver and add maybe 20 to 30 actions to get an estimate. So maybe on par with like a Lucky 7. But the thing is, if you set up a lobby with coin boxers and you go for the spills and stuff, like the action count potential is high. I don't have him invested in either account, so I don't race with him, so I don't know. But I would say tracks where a Lucky 7 driver, in some cases, if a coin box driver can get 200, Gold Mario can get 200. I would say if a Lucky 7 driver can get 200, Gold Mario can get 200. Yeah. But it wouldn't be fair for those who got buffed in the 3 non-loop tracks, but other DKG never even see that track. But it doesn't really matter because we're never going to get those tracks back. So, and those 3 tracks, I think it's London Loop 3RT, Sydney Sprint 3RT, and one other. It's not Paris 3RT, is it? I don't remember. I have to go look it up. Anyways, going back to the buffs, this one went crazy this tour. The light blue Me racing suit, Amsterdam Drift RT, Athens Dash RT, which is in ranked in week 2, Paris Promenade 2, and Paris Promenade RT, which is not in ranked this tour, but again is in ranked in that vacation tour in the summer. So absolutely insane buffs for the light blue Me racing suit. And looking at the top shelf in Athens Dash RT, yeah, that's not the greatest buff because you got the Wiggler Me here. But I mean, honestly, just for like the skill on this is Ice Flower, which is disappointing, but the color's cool. Amsterdam and already had full Endom. Yeah, that I knew that because I went for top 10 initially in the first Amsterdam tour, but you maybe wouldn't have used her necessarily if you were going for ACR, if you were like competitive for top 100, top 10, because you would only use a Me suit. But now that there's a Me suit, a plus scale Me suit there top shelf, that everybody who's going to be going hard for the top places in ACR will be using that Larry Me suit. That was more my point. I was aware that there was already Boomerang there. Moving on to further buffs. Mario Black suit got 3 buffs, no ranked, but he got Paris Promenade RT in future ranked. Orange Me suit got 2 buffs, Athens Dash 2 and Athens Dash R. Morton, who we've all been keeping an eye on, got Amsterdam Drift 2R. I think he also got a mid-shelf boost, so let me check real quick. Morton got Amsterdam Drift 2, and I believe he is boosted there. So that is Amsterdam Drift 2. Is he boosted? No, he's not boosted. Never mind. What? Why did somebody... Morton, Amsterdam Drift T? Somebody was saying Morton... Should I invest in Morton for a track? Oh, maybe it was one of the other ones. Oh yeah, Athens Dash, but he already had that from before, I believe. Let's see. Donkey Kong Gladiator. This is one a lot of people invested in, a lot of people follow. Only got 1 buff, London Loop 2R. I said he is pretty close to done. As I said before, I think only 17 retro tracks left to see. I think he will see a lot of those in the next tour, in the Bowser tour. Lemmy Me Racing Suit, who is also now done. Amsterdam Drift RT, Amsterdam Drift T. Ludwig Me Racing Suit, again, his last set of buffs. He gets 2 buffs. Amsterdam Drift R, London Loop 2T. And finally, the Roy Me Racing Suit also finished London Loop 2RT and London Loop T. I'm not sure if there's other drivers that we need to focus on. Regular Wiggler got a few Amsterdam Drift tracks, 3 tracks, pretty decent buffs for him. He kind of gets superseded by Gold Wiggler and the Wiggler Me Racing Suit, but still, it's a plus skill and a decent driver, so good to pick up on that. Pauline Cowgirl got London Loop T as her only buff. Yeah, so I think there's really no other super interesting drivers to talk about the buffs. Like I said, we do have quite some more buffs this tour, so I'd like to move on to the carts. Of course, if you have specific questions about a driver's buffs or maybe a driver that whether it got buffed at all or not, feel free to ask me and we can circle back to it. Looking at the carts, everybody, we always want to look first. There's a meme buff with Wendy Me getting one of the worst driver top shelves in the game on London Loop R. She's always a meme, isn't she? Black B Dasher Mark II. This is probably the most meta cart in the game right now, getting all the good buffs, but it didn't get a ranked buff. Not 1, 2, 3, only 4 ranked buffs in total for carts, and none in future ranked, so that's pretty thin. There were 45 buffs in total for carts, so we can't be too picky about them not being ranked. So Berlin Byways 2RT, London Loop RT, and Paris Promenade 2RT for the Black B Dasher Mark II. Chocolate Mint Soft Serve also got 3 buffs, Berlin Byways 2R, London Loop 2R, and London Loop 1R. The Dolphin Drifter, somebody requested that earlier, got 2 buffs, Amsterdam Drift 2R and Amsterdam Drift T. The Gold Monarch cart, this is another 4th anniversary, a Paywalled cart. Athens-2T in ranked, Athens-R, and London Loop T. The Gold Pipes got Amsterdam Drift 2R. Silver Cupid buff. So Silver Cupid Arrow, you did get one of the few ranked buffs. Amsterdam Drift 2. This is probably one of the best buffs for carts in this tour. Also, the regular Monarch, not the gold one, actually got better buffs, 3 buffs, and one of them is in ranked Athens-RT. This has been a really good cart. The Monarch cart has a crazy amount of tracks, and it still has, you know, 100 plus tracks left to see. We've said 106 tracks left for those 4th anniversary item. This one is really flying under the radar. I know it doesn't have the biggest hitbox, but it's absolutely crazy. So let's actually look at it here, because we can see the coverage, what tracks it still has left to see, and the total coverage. Sorry about that. But yeah, the Silver Cupid buff is incredible. I actually also have that cart, I think. Yeah, and it was a good buff for me too, because it's now my best cart on that track. So yeah, the Monarch cart is now sitting at 53 tracks. 53 tracks, and it still has like a pretty decent number of tracks left to see. 75 retros, 20 nitros, and 31 city tracks left to see. Again, this is including London Loop 3RT, Sydney Sprint 3T, and Berlin Byways 3T, which we do not see in loop mode. So you have to subtract 3 from that, but 95 plus 28, that's 113 tracks left to see for the Monarch cart, and 55 tracks actually. I had it wrong. So yeah, that one could end up with well over 60 tracks in the game, the Monarch cart. It's a really nice one and a really underrated one. The Wild Wiggler, I'm not going to talk about the Wild Wiggler, nobody's invested in that, it's horrible, but it got 3 buffs. What are other meta cards here? The Gold Shield Speedster getting 1 buff, London Loop 2RT. The Pink Comet, Amsterdam Drift 2T, and the Red Comet, London Loop 2RT, both quality cards, kind of meta cards. Not a lot of like super meta cards here. We don't have a lot of like later meta cards, I would say. Dolphin Drifter, Drybones Dasher, Fishbone Fairy, Gold Bee Dasher. These are all kind of meta cards. A lot of gold buffs here. Gold Soft Swerve, Gold Warrior Wagon. Gold Warrior Wagon got London Loop 2R. Gold Wild Slugger got 2 buffs. Amsterdam Drift, London Loop 2T. The Spicy Zucchini, it's not a card that I think a lot of people have invested in, but it did get 2 buffs, one of which is in ranked Athens-2T and London Loop 2. The only other ranked buff we had was the Gold Monarch card. I did already mention the Gold Monarch card with 3 buffs and Athens-2T. So the card buff's not quite as interesting. If you do have any specific questions about cards which did get buffed or didn't get buffed, let me know and we'll get back to them. Let's move on to the gliders. The gliders are 40 buffs this tour. 39 buffs this tour, sorry. And yeah, let's have a look. The Royal Flush, this 4th anniversary tour item, 3 buffs, Amsterdam Drift RT, Athens-2, and London Loop T. And we also got the Spooky Sprinkle Balloons. That one came out in the tour right before the Sunday tour. Got Berlin Byways, London Loop 2R. Those 2 items, no ranked buffs, but hey-ho. Mosaic Starshoot, this is a really nice looking glider, an interesting one. Got Amsterdam Drift 2R and Amsterdam Drift R. What's interesting here with the gliders is none of them got ranked on current tour buff tracks. There are no buffed tracks for ranked for gliders this tour. Hey Lisa, what's happening? How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome in to the Walkup. You do see here these ones that are highlighted in blue. The Gold Chocolate Balloons getting Paris Promenade RT. That's in the Future Rank Tour, in the Vacation Tour. Also got London Loop 2 next to it. The Luigi Golf Cap, similar, got Paris Promenade RT as well, and London Loop 2R. And then finally, the Rainbow Bells. This has been one of the most under-the-radar great gliders of the year. This is a 4th anniversary tour item. Let's look this one up real quick because this one has been so good. And nobody ever talks about it. I don't know why. But Rainbow Bells got Amsterdam Drift R, London Loop RT, and then Athens-2 RT, which is in ranked in that vacation tour in the summer. The Rainbow Bells, so as with all the other 4th anniversary tour items, still has 113 tracks left to see. Has 48 top shelf tracks already, looks like, if that's properly loaded. I guess it is. 48 tracks already, and it gets a lot of ranked tracks actually. I don't remember the actual number of ranked tracks, but here, let's look it up real quick. Let's just select them all. The total number of ranked tracks that an item has in the loop mode. So I select all tours here. This is my loop mode rank tracker, where you can use that to sort of just see all of the ranked tracks from loop mode. Select everything but the ones that don't have a tag on them. So we've got a total of 148 tracks, unique tracks. Some of them are in there twice, I think 8 of them. And we are looking at the Rainbow Bells. So 20 ranked tracks at level 8, and some of these are in there twice. I know at least Baby Park is in there twice. Paris Promenade B is in there twice. I think Wario Shipyard might be in there twice as well. So yeah, we're looking at 23 ranked tracks in loop mode for Rainbow Bells. That's crazy. Plus, considering it still has all of that buff potential. I think it's a really good glider and worth taking another look at. But those are all the tracks that have even future rank buffs, or all the items that have future rank buffs for the gliders. Again, not like really great buffs for the gliders. Gold Mario's Hat Balloon got 3 buffs, Athens-R, Berlin Byways 2 RT, and London Loop N. The Dolphin Great Sail, the Dolph Sailgren, which I know a lot of people quite like. I like saying it. I got Amsterdam Drift 2R. I guess that makes sense with the water theme. Mario Brothers Parafoil got 2 buffs, Amsterdam Drift 2 RT and London Loop 2 RT. Mario Golf Cap got Athens-2R, London Loop 2. And Melon Banana Balloons, Amsterdam Drift 2T, London Loop 2 RT. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any other ones I should mention. Pink Checkered Glider with Amsterdam Drift 2R and 2 RT. The Wavy Great Sail, or the Gravy Sail, got 1 buff only, Amsterdam Drift 2T. Oh, the Red Emblem and the Green Emblem each got a buff. They each got a London Loop variant, the green getting T and the red getting R. I think that's it. Why is Red Turbo Birdo a glider? I think it's not a glider. It's a cart, right? Yeah. Red Turbo Birdo. That should be a cart. Anyways. Yeah, so I think that might just about do it. I think we covered everything. Before I close the stream, does anybody have any questions? Are there any items that you were waiting to hear about that I didn't touch on yet? Is there anything I skipped over? Do you have any questions about upcoming tours? Yeah, let me know. I'll leave it open for another like minute or two. And if you have anything to ask, please put it in the chat. In the meantime, we can go back in and have a look at my ACR sheet and some of the scores that I'm the most proud of. This was one of my favorite scores, Yoshi's Island. 121%. I got 248 actions. I did drop the combo twice because I got blue shelled in the glider part, and landed in off-road, so I actually ended up dropping the combo twice there. But 248 actions, which is a new world record. I'm not like a big world record guy. I think I didn't have any left standing at the time, so now I have one that will last till at least next year and maybe even further. This was another one I was really happy with. Donut Plains 2T. This is such a difficult track. I got a double boombox on it. The action count score wasn't amazing. It was only 7 over the target, but it's such a difficult track to grind with boombox Donut Plains 2T, and I managed to get like a double boombox on it, and just even getting 100% there is difficult, so I was like super happy about that. This one, Choco Island 1R, I was really happy about this one as well. It was just a simple boombox coin, but it was 10 actions over the target, and it was just a really, really good boombox. Adelia the best. I don't know how to judge buffs in cities. Next tour will be so exciting for a lot of people with buffs. Yeah, so I was talking about that earlier. City buffs are basically just as valuable as... I mean, look, if you really want to look at the value of buffs, you need to go in and say, hey, how many times does this track come back in loop mode? How many times does it come back for ACR, and how many times is it come back in ranked, if at all? And then you can rank... But city or retro or nitro actually doesn't matter anymore. There's no... Because we're not trying to project what tracks are coming. We know exactly what tracks are coming. So I don't actually rank cities as worse than retros anymore. Which tracks received buffs that appear later in ranked? Yes, okay, so again, there were not that many. So we've got 3 tracks here in this tour, which are later in ranked. Actually 4 if you consider a Paris Promenade B. But we got Paris Promenade RT, Athens-2 RT. Those are both in the vacation tour. And then you have in the tour after that, the summer tour, and that has Berlin Bywise R. So you can see there weren't that many. 4 items got Paris Promenade RT, and Rainbow Bells got Athens-2 RT. No items got Berlin Bywise R as a top shelf with the Koopa Clown Me racing suit, which also got a few nice non-ranked buffs this tour. Got that as a mid-shelf, and it is Me boosted, so the Koopa Clown Me racing suit will be buffed on that Berlin Byways R in the summer tour later on this year. A few SNES BC3 variants with a couple buffs that I like. Yeah, sure, for sure. We'll see. We will see, but we don't know about that. Is there a way to see which items? Okay, so which variants do you want to see? Let's see, Bowser Castle. Is it Bowser Castle 3 or Bowser's Castle 3? Because there's 2. This SNES one, right? Okay, so the regular one. What's the top shelf? And where are there should be a potential buff here, right? Possible buffs. Yes. So these are all the Me racing suits which you can get it. Lemmy, Morton, Wendy, Daisy, Pink Me, Monty Mole, Waluigi, Fishbone, Light Green, Wiggler for plus skill, Toadette, Blooper, Orange, Light Blue, and Koopa Clown. So only 1 plus skill Me racing suit can get buffed on this one. Here are the carts, which let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can read this a little bit better. Here are the carts which can get buffed, potential buffs for Bowser's Castle 3N. You want to see 3R? Yeah, sure. It's Dolphin Drifter could get buffed there. Chocolate and Sauce Swerve, Monarch Gold, Monarch Black Beta Mark II. These are the gliders that can get buffed. So yeah, let's have a look at then the SNES Bowser's Castle 3R. Bowser Castle 3R, sorry. 3R. So I mean, it will be the same list of items which can get buffed. So Gold Mario hasn't seen it. Donkey Kong Gladiator hasn't seen it. Wiggler and Gold Wiggler haven't seen it. Those Me racing suits, which I didn't mention. So Morton could still see it. And Wiggler could still see it. So it's 2 potential giant banana buff there. Luigi Gold Knight actually hasn't seen it yet. Pauline Cowgirl hasn't seen it yet. So definitely some interesting meta top shelf drivers that could get buffed on that one. Yeah, those Comets could all see it. The gold Silver Cupus Arrow, the Silver and Gold Warrior Wagon, the Black and Gold Shielded Speedster. Black Bee Mark II can definitely get it. Anything that came out in the 4th anniversary could still get it. Mario Brothers Parafoil, the Red and Green Emblem. Yeah, so this is basically it. If you want, I can send you the list, but it's going to be the same for any track which is in the Bowser Tour and hasn't been seen yet this year. you know, any item which was added after it, basically. I have a blockhead max and a level 1 cart and glider. Okay, so fingers crossed. Do you have any of those later carts and gliders invested in? And fingers crossed that you get the buff that you're looking for. Of course. Are you going for ACR on that tour? Are you gonna go for ACR on that tour? Anyways, guys, yeah, you could always upgrade the super card. It won't kill you to have one super. Like, my initial estimate was 3.28 million going into last tour, and I cut that down to 3.23 just because I didn't want to follow the ticket optimizer exactly. It wanted me to invest in more boomerang drivers. I already had 23 boomerang tracks. I wanted to invest more in me suits, so instead of investing in like Toad Astronaut, for example, I invested in the Blooper me suit and the Cheap Sheep me suit. So it lowered my estimate, but it's fine. Yeah, all right, man. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Yeah, and if there's no more questions, I think I'll close this. Yeah, I think I'll close the stream. All right, you're going for ACR, first top 1K last year. Okay, right on. Good luck. And for the rest of you, if you're going for ACR or ranked in this tour, good luck in that. And otherwise, I will see you guys in 2 weeks' time for the Walkup and the Bowser tour. In the meantime, I'm probably not going to stream much this tour because I'm a bit burned out from going from ACR. But you may see me, you know, once this weekend or early next week doing a little bit of rank grinding. We'll see. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you can. If not, that's cool too. I don't mind too much. Have a good week and enjoy the spring tour. All right.